Sha Tin, Wednesday night. Welcome to the Race by Race preview. This is Paul Lally and 8 winners upcoming here and kicking off the first race at 7:15 with the opening race being a Class 4 over the 1800. Kimberley on the class drop, blinkers off. Pacifiers with the cows going on. Amazing Teens has the pacifiers re-added as he switches back to the all-weather. Winning Steps has been a winner over the 1800 on the turf. Righteous Doctrine is a 3-time course and distance winner. Ready Player One, blinkers off. Pacifiers with cows going on, and Yichong Warrior down the bottom having his second run on this surface. The speed map here, Paul, and it's a pretty good run from the 1800 metre start point.
Yeah, that's one of the longest ones before a bend, and Kimberley and Samarkand have both drawn wide, but they're both horses that like to go forward, so I think they can both come across together. Amazing Teens has led in the past, and he's drawn ideally in barrier number 1, so he should get the perfect run just in behind. Blissful Star should get a nice run, he can come across. Back towards the rear, Righteous Doctrine gets back, Harry's Hero, and Yichong Warrior will have to go all the way back, I think.
3 replays to look at ahead of race number 1, and the first replay does feature Happy Valley form, but Amazing Teens is in this one, along with Samarkand Paul. He was better known as an all-weather horse till he's turned up at Happy Valley a couple of times and gone 2 cracking races, Amazing Teens.
That happens with some of these all-weather horses. They can run pretty good races at the Valley. We saw Lightning Bolt this season already doing that. Look, this horse thought it was a great run. He is better on the surface, though, by Darcy Brahma, and he's 1 off a 58 rating. He's down to this 57 at the moment, so he's more than capable from a good draw. I think he can get it the right run.
And John Size has trained more winners on the all-weather this season than anyone else, sitting on 4 currently. Amazing Teens also in this replay, Paul, alongside that of Blissful Star and Harry's Hero. Blissful Star covered plenty of ground. His last 2 on this surface, he ran second behind All Our Mine, and this is where he was wide and ends up running 3rd.
Yeah, I thought Blissful Star ran well here. This is 16.50. So, look, Amazing Teens sort of got back here in this and sort of got buffered around a bit. So he had a bit of an excuse, I thought, in this race. Blissful Star, however, he's running well up to the 1800 metres. It should look pretty good for him. Harry's Hero ran on a little bit as well at the back there. But, look, all these horses that are around them all running again on Wednesday night. And I think he's a good chance, Blissful Star. I've got him as the Quinella horse.
Nordic Star, Lucky Banner and Legion of Merit, the 3 horses around Blissful Star. Finally, plenty more to look at in this one also. Blissful Star appears again, this race over the 1650. Righteous Doctrine, he runs 4th, and those out wide are Pakistan friend Yichong Warrior and Harry's Hero, all further back down the track.
Yeah, another good run from Blissful Star. It just shows his consistency here. He's had 2 starts recently on this all-weather surface, 3 in total, but the 2 that he has on recently, he's ran really well. Amazing Teens was a better run from him. He was just swamped late. I think he's going to get a better run, as I said, from barrier 1. Harry's Hero didn't do too much in this over the 1800, but he should get the race run to suit. So, look, Blissful Star's been very consistent recently.
That is a breakdown of race number 1. What is the breakdown of your top 4?
Yeah, going to go with Amazing Teens to beat Blissful Star, so I just think he'll get first run on him. But that's a Quinella for me, 3 to beat 5. Kimberley coming across from the wide draw. He's the new kid on the block, and he's downgraded as well. And Winning Steps only had the 1 start and drew wide on that occasion. Has won over the 1800 metres in the past off a similar rating, 3-5-1-6.
Andrea at Zany to steer Amazing Teams to victory in the first for Paul Lally. Highest grade race of the night is race number 2. It is a Class 2 and it is over 1650 metres, and Cheng Cheng Prince is a full-time winner at the distance. All for St Paul's. He's a course and distance winner when he last raced. It was on the 25th of October. He's had 3 starts on the turf since. Apache Pass, pacifiers with cows off, blinkers go on. Alacrity minus blinkers, added pacifiers with cows, and Berlin Tango and Nelly Fine round out race number 2. Pace here, Paul, all for St Paul's. He does like to lead. He gets a £5 claim and he's drawn barrier number 2.
Yeah, he should go forward. Cheng Cheng Prince is up in trip, so he'll be a little bit closer than he has been in his last couple. Mr. Ascendancy, Find My Love. Apache Pass will get a nice run. Alacrity's been racing a little bit handier, but has raced really well from the back. Berlin Tango gets back and Nearly Fine always likes to come from the back. So I think it's a pretty straightforward speed map this one.
It's fitting that Hugh Bowman should be riding Cheng Cheng Prince. He's the colour of a snowman as Cheng Cheng Prince, and it felt like snow at Sha Tin this morning. Hugh, been a while, but back on board Cheng Prince this week as he goes back to his favourite trip of 1650.
Yes, I've had limited experience on him, but he ran really well for me when I did ride him here last season, and his form's been good this season. As you point out, stepping up to the 1650 is ideal, and there's a sense of timing about him this Wednesday night.
He looks to be a tough, versatile horse too. He can be put anywhere in the race, can't he?
Yes, he can. He's very adaptable, and it's just important over this trip that he does get into a nice rhythm. The 1200, although he can be effective, it's probably just a bit short for him to be able to finish as strongly as he can. So look, he's a dirt specialist, and I know that he's been targeted at this race, and barrier 5 is, it's probably not a huge advantage, but certainly no disadvantage. So we'll call that an equal, and yeah, I'm excited to be riding him again.
Your last race day was June, but you rode him in work recently. How did he feel?
Well, he felt very enthusiastic. He was full of beans, so if you can bring that enthusiasm to the races, he's going to make his presence felt.
Back to last weekend, a winning double. Ruby Lot looked very good.
Yeah, Ruby Lot was good. He was just, the 1,000 metres can be a little bit of a query, I think, sometimes, particularly when they're coming back from 1,200. It's a much faster pace, but he found his feet and started travelling mid-race, and I was pretty confident if I had room he was going to finish like he did. I was a little concerned about the 150 metre mark, that the horse was going better than the gaps, but I found some space late, and he was really strong.
And what did you make of California Spangle?
Well, I think he's under par. I think, I was a bit disappointed with him. I was hoping for more. I wouldn't say I was expecting for more because his form has been a little under par, but look, hopefully we can get him back on track because, in my humble opinion, I think if we saw the best of him, he'd be up to winning the race he ran in on Sunday, but he's just not in that form at the moment, but there's plenty to look forward to with him.
Cold-looking Hugh Bowman there talking Cheng Prince. He has to beat the following horses though, Paul. We've got a number of them in this replay, 4 in fact. Mr. Ascendancy ends up running 4th. We've got Alacrity 5th, Find My Love 11th, and All for St Paul's, who's the likely leader in the race. He's in front turning for home. What do you make of the quartet in this replay?
Look, I had Mr. Ascendancy in originally, and then I went back and looked at his trials on the all-weather, and none of them were really that impressive. So that worried me a bit. On the other hand, though, Find My Loves were impressive and has won on the all-weather on a trial before. He's out of a Canadian-bred mare by an American sire. So there is plenty of sort of breeding to suggest Find My Love can run pretty well. So I included him. And I also included All for St Paul's because he's, as you mentioned, last time he was on the surface, he won. If they leave him alone, we know he can be a hard horse to get past. Not the nicest looking horse to look at in the parade ring, but he always runs his heart out.
Surely he won't sweat up on Wednesday night. It's going to be -4.
Well, he wouldn't have thought so.
We'll find out when he comes into the paddock. Apache Pass, Paul, we know him as a genuine all-weather horse. We haven't seen him for a while on a race day. 25th of October was his last appearance. He's been given 3 trials by Pierre Rung. This is the most recent of them. He ends up running 2nd. The horse just coming to his outside now is Wellington.
Yeah, look, he's had 3 wins over the course and distance in 4 seconds. So he's been very consistent. He's just lost his way before that break. So if that break has sparked him up a little bit, he can be right in it. But I'm just not so sure at the moment. I just want to watch him. But at his best, he would definitely give this field a fright.
There's a rundown of horses in race number 2 and Hugh Bowman's thoughts as well as president of the Cheng fan club. I know you're more a glory man, but can Prince deliver this week?
I think he can. I think he's back up into the 1650 as Hugh Bowman said there. They've actually targeted this race for him. So he's on top. Cheng Prince has run 2nd off this rating. Find My Love interests me a lot because I think he's going to really enjoy the surface, and we know he's got a really good turn of foot on the turf. Alacrity, another one that's coming to the surface for the first time, but again, he's by looking at Lucky, who was American bred as well. So I want to put him in, and then All for St Paul's. So he's just a tough old horse. 1, 4, 6, and 2.
It is race 2, number 1 for Paul, Cheng Prince for the Bowman and Lloyd combination. Sha Tin, race number 3 and post time for the 3rd is at 8:15 local time. Class 4 over the 1650 metres. Viva Hunter is on the class drop. Good bang. Has had the pacifiers added and the crossover noseband coming off. Lucky Banner, he ran second last time behind Nordic Star. Lucky Chevalier has had the 5 trials. Smiling Collector has the visor coming off, winning 7. The blinkers go on. Noble Win has placed a couple of times from 12 outings so far. G-Liner has the pacifiers on. Kazi Farazi at start 73 has his first run on this surface without blinkers and pacifiers up in Young Horizon. Has a hood going back on right down the bottom of the book. Mission Bravo, Paul, is disappointing last time. It was in good form before that.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he? So, look, he might have to work a little bit to get across. Lucky Banner's a horse that's led in the past. Viva Hunter's led at his last couple, but it has looked good when he just comes off the pace a little bit. G-Liner should get a nice run. Young Horizon. Winning 7's interesting. He works well on the surface, but he's never even trolled on it before. Blinkers on the first time for him. Legion of Merit, I think, will get a nice run just midfield there.
The next one of the Beanie Brigade we hear from at Sha Tin is Mark Newnham. He trains Mission Bravo.
Mark, he was going well, Mission Bravo, until last start. Did anything come out of that race for the down-the-track performance?
Oh, look, he pulled up with a minor issue, but look, he's trialled solidly since then, and look, he's back on track and back on his favourite surface.
Those 2 trials he's had, were you happy with both of them?
Yeah, look, he's a little bit sluggish the other day out of the barrier, but he made good ground late. He'll need to begin better on Wednesday night, especially from that gate. But yeah, horse is in good form.
It's your first season of training. You've struck up a good association with Luke Ferraris too.
Yeah, no, we have, and look, I always had my best results in Sydney when I worked quite closely with my jockeys, and Luke's, you know, he's prepared to put in a little bit of work early, and we get on well.
Happy with how the season's going, in particular the all-weather horses are going well?
Yeah, look, you've just got to work out where they're best, you know, where they're all best placed. Certainly the transfer horses have been very handy, but at least we've got got a bit of ammunition for the second half of the season, the new horses, and it's just about being patient until they're ready.
Mark Newnham talking Mission Bravo and moving forward. Speaking of moving forward, Paul will do the same onto the replay of Lucky Banner and Legion of Merit. Now, Lucky Banner, he's had the 17 starts for just the one when he's gone close a couple of times recently on this surface. Legion of Merit runs on well, and his trial at Chungfa was very good.
Yeah, look, he's 65 wide all the way this run, Legion of Merit. He had the momentum, but look, he was entitled to drop out, but he didn't. He just stayed on really nicely. He looks ready to win for me. I thought Legion of Merit, his trial's been good. He's had that little freshen up at Chungfa as well. So, look, I'm going to go with him. But Lucky Banner, I wanted to include him because he's drawn nicely and he should get a perfect run from barrier number 3.
Good report. So it might be another ghostly grave for Paul. Cheng Prince into Legion of Merit. Cold night, white horse. Kazi Farazi. What do we make of him coming to this surface for the first time? He's a horse that has won a stack of times over the 1400, 6 in total. Alexi Bedell rides, start number 73. Where's he at in this race?
Well, look, it's one of those things where they're trying something different with an older horse, I think. Hasn't worked for. Now, he is on a rating of 42, so if he does nothing in this race, then he'll be dropping a grade into a turf race next time. Look, he's an honest horse, though, so you can't totally discount him, but I didn't put him in the top 4.
So if he doesn't go any good, and there's a Class 5 1400 metre race coming up,
yeah,
that's when we go with Kazi. So there you go. We've got something to look forward to if Kazi fails on the all-weather. But more white animals for you.
Yeah, look, there must be a theme there of going with the grey one once again in this race. Legion of Merit, I think he can win. Viva Hunter, he's a very uncomplicated horse. He gets a £10 claim and he's been downgraded, so he goes in for second. This horse should be 100 to 1 winning 7. It's never trolled on the surface before. Blinkers on for the first time. He has drawn 1, so that's a positive. But I didn't mind his last gallop. He steps up to 1650 from 1200 as well, with 2 runs under his belt. I might be miles away with him, but I just wanted to give him a chance because there was a couple of things pointed that he could run better, and then Lucky Banner in for 4th. 9, 1, 7 and 3.
Cheng Prince into Legion of Merit for Albino Lally in races 2 and 3. Fourth race, it is the Swan Handicap, this one, and it is the first leg of the triple trio. 1650 is the trip, and Big Two, he comes onto the surface for the first time. Starship 80's in great form, having won two of his last three and then placed last start. Asian One, the visor off, the pacifiers with the cowls go on. Regency Happy Star carries an extra £6 for a senior rider, but draws wide once again. United Endeavour's back in trip. Precision Goals placed his only time course and distance. Charming Steeds up in trip from the 12 to the 1650. Devil and Gold has the visor going on, and Chiron, he is a winner over the 1650 on the all-weather of a rating of 33. Now, Precision Gold, Paul, has been better since he's been going forward, but Bebe Choi's in the race this week.
Yes, I think they'll probably lead together, these two horses. Precision Gold, 1650 looks ideal for him as well, being by Tavistock, so we'll see if he can get across. I don't think he will, though. I think they'll lead together. Big Two's drawn a lot better than he is last time. Charming Steed always puts himself in the race. Compulsory up in trip might be a little bit wide. Regency Happy Star normally likes to sit midfield, so he'll try and find some cover. Go's improved on a recent trial win, and Starship 80, I think, from his barrier 11 might have to go back.
Our first replay features Big Two, who's at the top of the book, so he carries a weight of £135. Regency Happy Star, he ends up running 10th. He was in good form, but did draw barrier number 12 in this race. He'd placed the 3 starts prior. Asian One doesn't mind this surface. He's won off ratings of 41 and 33, jumps off a rating of 37.
Yeah, so he's gone well on this grade. He's actually the one I'm going to go for, Asian One. I think coming onto the surface looks ideal for him, and he's drawn nicely in barrier 1. He can sort of sit midfield, Asian One, and from this rating, I think he's going to be very competitive.
There you go, Andrea Atzani rides him. Our next replay does feature Starship 80, and you can't fault the way he's been going. This looked unsuitable, this distance, 1400 metres, because his wins prior had been 1600 and 1650. He all but overcame the coming back in trip, ran second behind Fireball, and he's run third in a trial since.
Yeah, course and distance winner in this grade has Starship 80, so it's just a draw a little bit. He's just going to probably get a little bit further back than he would like. He is sort of getting up in the weights now as well. He's got to carry 135 from barrier 11. And saying that, the stable's flying at the moment. I've included him, but just on a very minor line.
And it's going to be Karis Teaton on board for Pierre. They've strung up a good association, 15 wins from 55 times they have combined. Our next replay, and indeed our final replay, is Super Joy. He's up to the 1650 for the first time on this surface. Charming Steeds mixing his form. Compulsory ends up running 7th. What we don't see here is the start, which has been against Super Joy most of the time.
Correct. I mean, the one thing in his favour at 1650, because he can sort of settle a little bit better if he does miss the start once again. There's no doubting he's got ability. It's just the starts. He's going to have to give this field a bit of a start, but like the way he's been finishing off his races, you'd think the 1650 would be ideal, and he's got a senior jockey on as well, Zach Purdon's jumping aboard, so I think he's a big chance.
Is he on top?
Yeah, I'm going to go with him actually. Yeah, I'm going to go with Super Joy up to the 1650 for the first time. To beat Asian One, I think he's the main danger. Going to throw Go in at a price. Has won a trial recently on the all-weather. He needs to improve. He's 10 zip at this stage, and then Starship 80, 10-3-4-2.
He's done it again. He's got another grey. Races 2, 3 and 4. Lally's gone grey. So if you don't want to watch the rest of the previews, just find the grey horses across races 5, 6, 7 and 8. Race number 5 now, and Flying Dragon at the top of the book here is a 3-time course and distance winner. That's over the 1200 metres on the all-weather. Sky Forever, he's coming back from the 1400 last time. Everyone's victory. He's won 3 times course and distance, but just struggling a bit. Robot Knight on debut has had 4 trials. Shanghai Style, blinkers go on, 2 trials since his first start. Regent Glory has had the blinkers added. We've got Red Maverick with the pacifiers going on, and Cool Blue, blinkers off, visor on for the first time. Colourful Prince Diamond Soars race for the lead, Paul. Shanghai Style has shown pace too in his trials.
Yeah, he has, and he could even lead Shanghai Style from barrier number 3, but I thought Colourful Prince is more likely to lead. He's got the inside, he's got barrier 2, so Shanghai Style can just sit in behind him. Regent Glory won't be too far away. The first starter, Robot Knight, he's shown a little bit of speed in his trials, but not too much stamina at this stage. He's had 4 trials, he's £1,094. Back to horses like Shining Fortune, Sky Forever and Acca Power will have to go back, I think, from history.
We start with horse number 1, Flying Dragon. This race was on the Your Weather. It's actually 2 starts ago. He has since run a 5th down the straight behind Fun Elite, but we know how proven he is course and distance. Everyone's victory, Paul. He's had another start following this. He ended up running 12th. We'll see that replay shortly, but of the 2 and what they've done recently, is Flying Dragon in?
Yeah, I didn't put him in the end because he has been a little bit hit and miss. But you're right, he's a course and distance specialist, a 3-time winner with 5 thirds as well. So we know he can run well. He's got a senior jockey on, Hugh Bowman. He's just got to carry the weight, 135. It was a bit of a bunch finish, this one as well, so I'm not using this as a form race.
That one is out. Next up, it is Colourful Prince. Regent Glory, he came into the race as a winner, ended up running 4th, and Everyone's Victory, who did make some late ground in the first replay, is tailed off here. How much pressure is Colourful Prince going to get in the lead, and is Regent Glory doing enough to go in the selections?
Well, he was really impressive 2 starts ago when he won really nicely. He finished this race off okay, so look, he's going to go in. I am going to put the other one in as well, Colourful Prince, on a minor line, because he can be a tough horse from the front, and he did set up some pretty fast sectionals in this particular race. So he goes in, and he just faded out late there, didn't he?
He did indeed. That is our second replay. And our final one, Acca Power loves this surface. He does have a wide draw, but he can go back and run on. Cool Blue is very, very costly, and Shining Fortune not going as well as perhaps he was about this time last season. Yeah,
look, Cool Blue does too many things wrong for me, and I'm going to give him a swerve in this race, but Acca Power definitely goes in. This was a really eye-catching run from him, and he's finishing off really nicely. He's one of the main chances, is Acca Power, and he's raced on the turf last start and raced really well on the turf. So he's a horse that's going really nicely at the moment. The horse that's winning this Diamond Flare, he's running later in the card.
And he's grey. You'll have to go to his race on the preview to see if he's on top. You get one guess, it'll be a yes. What about this one, Paul? Shanghai Style, who's trialled up pretty well. He's only had the 1 start. He ended up finishing down the track, but pulled up lame in that race behind Regent Glory. He was sent out as an 11-1 chance in that.
Yeah, because he'd trialled well leading into it. Now, this trial was good, but the thing I like about this trial was this was his first time in blinkers, and he's had 2 trials, and this trial is better with the blinkers on. So I think the blinkers might just sharpen him up a bit. He's drawn nicely in barrier 3. He can sit just behind the pace. Double-figure price on debut. Hopefully he's a double-figure price as well, because he dropped out last, or second last, with that lameness issue. Thought it was a nice trial, enough to put him on top for me.
There you go. Easy as that.
Yep, he goes on top. Shanghai Style, and we'll make him the long shot of the meeting, so hopefully we get a double-figure price. Acca Power's going to be tough to beat, though. Regent Glory and Colourful Prince, 6, 10, 8, 4.
Matthew Poon and Denny Shum combine with Shanghai Style. They combine with Shanghai Style, at least, as Paul's long shot for the meeting. Race number 6 upcoming now on this race-by-race preview. It is a Class 4 over the 1,200 metres, and Jolly Companion is on the class drop. Magic Supreme's a 3-time course and distance winner. Top T has the visor going on. Solid Shala has blinkers added. Mayhem's won a trial since running 4th behind Regent Glory last start. Joyful Life, he too's won a trial since his last start, 9th, and made an abnormal breathing noise. Tongue tie on him. Nishikado's on a quick backup. Blinkers off, pacifiers on. Valiant Elegance raced on the weekend too. And Strive for Glory, his winning form so far is in Class 5. Diamond Flare, Paul, he's just flying this course and distance.
Yeah, look, he missed the start last time, but I think with any luck, he jumped really well the start before. So I think it was just an anomaly with the Diamond Flare. Mayhem's gone forward in a recent trial and won it, so he won't be far away. Magic Supreme, he used to lead all the time. He used to lead for fun, but he's been sitting off the pace recently. Joyful Life comes to the surface for the first time. Judy's Great's already a winner on the surface. Jolly Companion should get a nice run from an inside draw. And Speedy Smarty midfield there. Nishikado is back in trip from 1,400 metres on the weekend.
Our first replay does feature Diamond Flare winning. We'll just touch on those behind him because he's in our second replay too, Paul. Speedy Smarty is a horse you've had in at times. He runs second to Diamond Flare, and Judy's Great 5th here. Zach Purton jumps aboard him. He was a winner 2 starts ago behind or over smart folks.
Yeah, so look, he goes in again, speedy, smarty. Diamond Flare I like as well. So I think both these two horses will run really well. Judy's Great was right on the cusp for me because he did win nicely, second up, first start on the surface. But look, he only bet smart folks on that occasion, and now he's come out and run this fifth. He was... when he came up here, he was a 9-1 chance. So, look, it wasn't a bad run from him, but I didn't quite get him in the end.
And that was on the 26th of December. On the 7th of January, we saw Diamond Flare again. Magic Supreme in this race also, but Diamond Flare obviously improving on the rail and improving out of this race even further.
Yeah, well, he missed the start. You see, at the start beforehand, he got the start and he won really nicely. Here he missed the start. They didn't panic. He was just way back towards the rear. But look, it just shows he's quite versatile, and Mark Newnham's got this horse going really well at the moment. Finished off really strongly here. If he gets any sort of jump, then I think he can win. So a really nice run for him under the circumstances.
And that is him just scrubbing Colourful Prince, who we see in race number 5 at the winning post. Final replay, Magic Supreme second. This is going back a while though. This is the 17th, so over a month ago. Strive for Glory 7th. Mayhem runs on into 4th, and that trial win was over Cool Blue. So iffy, but he did it well in the trial.
Yeah, he did. Look, and you can only win your trial, can't you? You can't account for what's behind. So, look, I thought it was a good run from Mayhem coming onto the surface. He looks like he's really well sort of suited to it. This was his first show of any sort of form as well after a sort of 7 races on the turf and doing absolutely nothing. So, look, he finished off strongly. He's trialled well on it as well. So, look, I wanted to include him as well, Mayhem, because I think this will be his go by Russian Revolution.
We could have stopped after the first replay when it says Diamond Flare, Australian bred 5-year-old grey gelding.
There we go. Diamond Flare jumps and wins. That's what I think. I think he can do that. He can beat Speedy Smarty again. I think it'll be the same Quinella as last time they met. Mayhem the improver. I'm going to put Jolly Companion in. Did win on the synthetic track before he got here and has been downgraded. Did catch the eye down the straight 1000 last time. Does get a £10 claim. 6871.
That is race number 6. It's the first leg of the late treble. Race number 7, we are up to Class 3 with a scratching. Montefruta has come out, so race 7, number 10 is now Ladies' Choice. Derek Long will take the ride. It's a 1200 metre Class 3 with Campione on the class. Drop blinkers off, Visor goes back on. Fiery Diamond, he's back to the 1200, which he will like. He wears a visor. Toronto Phantom's a 2-time course and distance winner. Mark the Moment, wide draw again, but his beaten margins have been decreasing all season. Sports Legend now with Danny Shum. The cheek pieces off him. Savvy Chic cheek pieces off. The blinkers go on for the first time. And Sports Legend Paul, he lit up last time and he lit up in a recent trial.
Yeah, won by 8 lengths or something. Look, there's a few possibilities here. Campione used to lead, and he did lead in the recent trial. Mark the Moment's led in the past. Smoky Bear, never far away. Magnet likes to be on the pace, as does Lady's Choice, and Fiery Diamond's led. So there's going to be a lot of pace. So every horse will get their opportunity.
And we start with the horse at the top of the book right now, Campione, to be ridden by Angus Chung.
Angus, class drop this week for Campione. Is that just what this horse needs?
Yeah, he dropped to Class 3 right now. I think he's very competitive in Class 3. I think before the start, in the Class 2 in Happy Valley and Sha Tin as well, he can't get a good run because the pace a bit too quick for him. I think the best performance would be put in the front, let him happy to keep rolling, like the trials. He put the blinkers on right now, and I think he's very competitive in that class.
Speaking of the trials, you did trial him between races. Were you happy with how he's been in that trial?
Yeah, I would say he a little bit too casual in the early season, so we're just trying to make him work a little bit harder, and I think his mind's changed and he getting competitive.
And the all-weather track, is that his best surface to race on?
I think the grass may be the best he on, but he doesn't really mind the dirt track as well. I think as long as he's happy in front, keep rolling, and I think he hit the life very strong.
You rode the last piece of work on him leading into the race. Did he feel good?
Yeah, he was feel good. Like I said, he just not in the best way to ride him. So I think that race, I think he's pretty easy to get in front and ride the best.
There he is, that's the Gus who rides a Campione. There's plenty of others to look at though, Paul, in our 3 replays that follow the interview, starting with Capital Delight winning. Good Buddy running second, Toronado Phantom 8th, and Mark the Moment. He's got another wide draw, but he's had 3 runs back from a spell now.
Yeah, look, Capital Delight. Now, he had the race run to suit. He did finish off this race really strongly down the outside. So it was a good run from the other 2 because they were on the pace, Good Buddy and Mark the Moment, and they stayed on really nicely here. So, look, I think both those 2 are good chances. Capital Delight, again, he was on the cusp because he's 1 for 1 on the surface. He obviously likes it. You can see Toronado Phantom, the grey, making good ground, but he's the grey I haven't got in. I've made a faux pas there.
What's he done to you to miss out?
Exactly, I know. He'll be the one that wins.
Just to rub it in, speaking of Toronado Phantom winning, here is this victory 2 starts ago. Had everything go his way. They flew along in the lead. Patient ride from Zach. Mark the Moment 5th. Sports Legend. He fades here. Stable change. Trip to Chungfa in the meantime.
Yeah, look, he's trialled well up there. So you can see him just sort of fading here late. Good Buddy, another good run from him. He's finishing on strongly. He's been very consistent. And look, Toronado Phantom, look, the reason I didn't put him in was he is getting on in age now. Well, in saying that, he's only 6. He seems to like he's been around forever, isn't he? But this was his win, and he did win nicely. So we'll just see if he can bounce back. Zach rode him there, and on day at Zeni, he'll be back on him.
He actually does feel like he's been around for about 20 years.
Yeah, it's one of those. You look at his age and you think he's an 8-year-old, and you look down, he's only 6.
Yep, exactly right. So as we head to Chungfa now, Paul, and Maniac has had a couple of trials since we've last seen him. This is his most recent one. Fiery Diamond leads up. He fades badly here, but he switches surfaces, of course.
Yeah, which his best runs have been here, but he's just been out of a bit of form recently, Fiery Diamond. He's drawn awkwardly, I thought, in barrier 8. Does get a £10 claim. But Magnac's going well at the moment. I thought it was a really nice trial from him. And he's only had 1 go on the surface and did race really well. Zach Purton aboard him as from barrier number 2. I think he's going to be tough to beat.
That is a breakdown of those in race number 7, and the thoughts also from Angus Chung. What are the top 4 thoughts, though, for Paul Lally?
Got to go with Magnac. I thought just with that 1 start on the surface, with that good trial. Ladies' Choice comes into the race. He's coming onto the surface for the first time, so there is an unknown there. But he's going to get a perfect run, I think, right in behind the pace. And he'd been so consistent this season, so if he handles the course and he works well on it, I think he could race really well on this. Good Buddy in there, and Sports Legend from the front. 3, 10, 8 and 11.
Purton and Richards to the 4 in race number 7 with the 3, Maniac. And we wrap it up with race number 8 on Wednesday night. It is a 1650 metre Class 3. Everyone's Delight pulled up lame last start. Outgates won over the 1650 on a yielding track at Happy Valley. Adderfield's a last start winner, carries an extra £8. Loyal Baby's best form is at the Valley. Self-Improvement goes up in distance to the 1650. So We Joy's a 3-time course and distance winner. Absolute Sunshine, minus the cheek pieces. Blinkers go on and seizing the moment. Blinkers off. Pacifiers with cowls are added to him, Paul, as Yellowfin and Outgate are up at the front end.
He did lead last time, Outgate, but that was a lot shorter distance. 1650, he likes to go forward. Yellowfin's gone well from the front. Frantic, he put himself on the pace last time. Self-Improvement shouldn't be far away as well. Everyone's Delight's a horse that has led in the past, but he has been taking a sit recently. Adderfield should get a nice run, and the back 6, they do get back.
We'll have some replays shortly. Firstly, though, we need to hear from the trainer of Adderfield, Ricky Yu.
Ricky, his last win a month ago at Adderfield. How's he been since that win?
He put up really well, and he has been to Chongfa, and he enjoyed it very much up there. I think it goes well again. Yeah.
Another good draw this week. That's something he hasn't had much luck with, is the barrier draws, isn't it?
Yeah, this time he had a much better draw, and same sort of feel, and it seems to me that third service he enjoyed it very much.
You've given him a trial since that last win. Hugh rode him. Were you both happy with the trial?
Yeah, we only give him a soft trial just in order to keep him happy, you know. That's what you want.
Barrier number 3, what are the tactics likely to be?
Make sure he jumps well, and wherever he's happy, somewhere midfield or follow about 3 or 4, and let him find his feet, and he'll do his job.
Let's go back to the Stewards Cup. Congratulations with Voyage Bubble. Has he pulled up well?
Thank you. Seems nothing happened to him. He's magnificent.
What's the plan going forward with him at this stage?
We haven't really decided yet. We'll have a good chat with the owner. Yeah.
The presentation, have you ever seen more people on the Sha Tin track for a winning photo than Voyage Bubbles on the weekend?
They told me it's a record. They're close to 100. Yeah, it's a new record for for this enjoyment.
And a great day out, the owners of Voyage Bubble, and it won't be the last time they're out celebrating if the weekend's anything to go by. Romantic Charm, Paul, he runs third here on the turf. He's a horse that has also trot up behind Wellington since this race, when third behind CP Brave. Ran second behind the informed CP Brave 2 starts ago. What about coming to this surface for the first time?
That's just the query, coming on to the surface. He generally does work okay on it. He's been running quite well over the 1,800 metres, been placed a couple of times, sort of finishing off late. I don't know if back and trip's going to be totally ideal for him. He's by Savabeel, so there is, with the dirt there is a little bit of pedigree through that. But look, I was just happy to watch him here because I just think maybe coming back might be just a bit sharp from 1650.
We'll leave him right there, Romantic Charm, and move on to winning form around Nordic Star last time. Now, this was on the surface that he races on Wednesday night, but it was down in grade. Just the one placing from 6 goes in this class, but Zach's happy to stick with him.
Yeah, it's got him on a minor line, Nordic Star, because he does come up back into this grade with a lightweight, but he is a horse in form here. He finished off this race really strongly. Look, I think Legion of Merit is a good chance with Blissful Star later in the card, so I know they're in lower grade, but just the way he fought here, I think he can run a good race. Not on top, but just on a minor line.
So he makes it, and we'll find out exactly where amongst the top 4 shortly, with one more replay to have a look at. It's Self-Improvement. He ended up running 7th in this race. He's 3 wide around the last turn. Mighty Armour would need to do more.
Yeah, he's not in, but Self-Improvement goes in as well. He's a horse that, by deep field, he really enjoys it here on the surface. He's had 5 goes for a win and 4 placings over 1,200. He now steps up to 1650 for the first time. But look, I think out of a Star Witness mare, 1650 wouldn't be too bad for him. And he did look a little bit one-paced here over the 12. So I can see why they're stepping him up. They did finish in a bit of a clump here as well. So look, I put him again on a minor line, he goes.
Does Adafil win again? Is he too good for them?
I think so. Look, I do like this horse, Adafil. He's a duffer on the turf, but he's very good here on the all-weather. So he's on top. Yellowfin, he won by a massive margin a couple of starts ago. He'll be right on the pace there as well. And I think he's going to finish, he can stay on. Nordic Star Self-Improvement, 4-2-12-7.
There it is, all of the information for Sha Tin on Wednesday night. 8 races, all on the all-weather, and the first jumps at 7:15.